Alright, welcome to another edition of JTJU, where we all try to be just a little better at the game of Clash of Clans. Got another war recap for you, this time looking at our war versus Golden Claw that ended on May 29th. I'm going to look at 3 studs and 1 dud attack. In this video, we will actually be looking at Easy E's Penta attack with a khc.TDCK as the lead-in. As always, if you want to see the other attacks, just click on the magic white dot up at the top right corner, and it can take you to any of these other attacks in the war, which was pretty awesome because we were down by 5 Town Hall 10s and still pulled it out. Let's get to it. Okay, so here's our stud entrant from Town Hall 9 with our war versus Golden Claw. It's going to be Easy E's attack against Arsenio Hall. I don't know. But anyway, it's a Penta attack, and that's what made it interesting, is because when we do our read on this, the 1 tree read, it was not a Penta. But what enabled it to be a Penta that we didn't check was the fact that, 1, he can trigger the clan castle very easily. He ends up using, I think, 3 giants, and that enables him to kill the clan castle off with just his king and queen. So khc.TDCK down here at 6 is where he'll end up killing it. So if you can do that, you're beginning to get on the way of considering a Penta. The other thing that's interesting about the base setup or the situation is this queen is pretty weak. I mean, it's not horrible, but a queen at level 10 for a max base, you can maybe pull off. You can say, can the lava pups take her out? Because you're not going to assassinate her with a Penta. You're going to be hoping the pups do it with under rage, can take her down. So that's something we can watch as the attack goes down to see how close that is and whether or not it was a concern. Is that a break-even point, for a queen? Is it 15? Is it 10? It's an ongoing question of where the pup enablement stops and where the pups can handle her. The final thing that I would point out is he does a nice job with his rages and timing of deployment of the rages and the 4th hound. In that the rages are the typical Mickey Mouse. You bang them on top, the ears go on top of the AD to rage through. You hit the mid for the 3rd rage, and then your final rage, we'll just leave that circle there. That final rage is over the queen position to enable the pups to take her out. The timing of the hound is actually when the AD fires up, typically, meaning that your loons and or hounds are moving in, so then your final hound comes in to assist. So all that timing works very well. You can watch that happen too. So let's take a look at the attack. I'll leave it on slow play so that we can kind of talk about it as it happens. I might pause, you never know. So here comes the trigger. I mean, heck, it's only 1:48. Here comes the trigger, and sure enough, yeah, so it's 3 slots he burned to get the clan castle out. So that's one to think. You always got to think about how much does it cost me to trigger and how much is going to cost me to kill. He got all the wizards out. You definitely don't want to have any wizards left in there, because that would end the attack right in and of itself. But he gets it all down to 6 o'clock. He's at 6 because he's going to end up coming from 5-7, and he wants his king-queen team to be protected by that group. Here they come. So notice how that's one good timing. How he drops his hounds a little earlier than some might think. Almost before the clan castle is dead. Rages drop to enable the hounds to move through the ADs. And let's pause right here, because this is where the key timing that I thought was important. So this AD is firing. I think that was the 3rd shot, and we've got the hound down already. It went down about a second earlier, and then here comes his arc deployment behind that. So the timing there is pretty critical, because now we're going to be raging, I think, shortly hereafter. We're going to rage that queen position and see, and then I'll pause it again so we can kind of talk about that. So let's watch. The queen's firing away. She's popping the hound. He takes multiple mind damage. The hounds are there though now. So notice how we have hounds that pulled up actually from the initial attack point from this spot. The queen popped that hound, I guess. We have, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hounds out. And I think it looks like most of them are hammering that queen, who is almost dead. So it doesn't seem to even be close. She's going to go down pretty quick. She's still up. She's still up. She's still up. Now we've got more hounds. Now the hounds are really going to, the lava pups are really going to take her down. She's still up. She's down now. She died. Maybe she died earlier. I don't know. I was listening. Maybe I was listening to his queens yelling, thinking she was alive. But at that point, then the attack's over. I mean, because you've eliminated the clan castle, you eliminated the enemy queen, and your troops are moving very nicely through. The only other thing that I'll point out that I don't know if Easy thought about or it just worked out that way is notice that you can't see them anymore, but the ADs that were here, look at the spacing. If you count it across the diagonal squares, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares from here to there, right? And then on a diagonal. And if you go up to this position, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. So I don't know if he thought about it or not, but it's something to be aware of. If this had been reversed, if this had been 8 and this was 7, make sure you attack such that your flow goes the way you want it to. What you don't want to happen, the big no-no, would be if it was reversed and you still deployed. So if it was 8 and 7, and you still deployed here and here as your initial attack lines, one of these 80s will go down first, and then the hound will do this number, or 2 hounds will go this way, and then what do you got? A cluster, because you're getting shot by the other AD without any protection. So be aware of not just the pathing for your loons, but also the pathing for your hounds from AD to AD and which way they'll go after that AD they're on flows. You do not want them to be crossing over. John Edwards would not appreciate that. I mean, I know he's into it, but it's not a good thing. Anyway, great attack by Easy E. I think it's a good example of Penta, and also probably will expand our definition of when it should be used in our one tree model. Good job.
Don't touch that, Larry.
Touch it, Larry. You know you want to.
Larry, don't touch
Larry,
that.
do it. Do it, Larry.
Larry!
Yes!
And so Larry joined the ranks of JTJU, and his life was never the same.
What'd I just say, Larry?
Good job, Larry.